So now this is going to be, you said this is going to be 10.
All right, we're live on Facebook, I think, Melissa.
It still says, oh, done redirecting to Facebook Live. We're getting there. Now, do I have to refresh my page? Oh, no, there we are. Oh, it's time to start feeling alive. There we are. It's there now. That's great. Hi, Sue. How you doing?
Hi, Melissa. How are
I'm
you?
doing great. Great. Thank you. This is great. We're coming on together again. Thank you for, I'm going to thank you and Spirit for bringing us, our masterminds together. And yes, I'm just taking one little peek here. I don't see it showing up, but do you see it showing up?
No, I'm looking. I'm also looking for it to show up, but maybe it takes a minute or something
I
to.
think so.
It's because it says that we're live on Facebook. So
Yeah.
hello, Facebook.
Hi, Facebook. How are you? Woohoo.
And I'm on your feed. So I think it just takes some time before maybe everything just starts and registers.
Yes, I'm not sure
I'm
if you have
hoping it's coming on your feed and not your story, but we'll soon find out, I guess.
yes, it did say, I'm just double checking. A quick refresher here. Let's just see, refresh up and take a look, take a peekaboo here. Let's see what's going on. I think we're going to be good. Let's see, almost there, people. Ready, ready, ready. Dun, dun, dun.
I think
Yes,
this is
we
what
are
happens
live.
every time you do your first. Yeah,
Yes,
Melissa is now starting to, it's just come up. So I believe you just got on Facebook Live.
that's fantastic. We did it.
All right, girl,
This is great. So yes, Sue, once again, I'm going to say hello again and thank you for joining forces here together, and thank Spirit for bringing us together to discuss our great topic of the week that we're going to say that Sue channeled this week. This is the time to start feeling alive, right?
Yes,
Wake up.
definitely, guys.
Yes, everybody, it's time to wake up from COVID and get out of bed and not go back to sleep and just stay awake and let's start feeling alive, right?
Definitely. Yes. I think you know what you should do, Melissa, Melissa, go on your speaker view and hit share screen, because otherwise it's separate every time one of us is talking.
Okay, speaker
And
view.
that way it's like we can talk together,
Fantastic.
kind of look at each other in the world of Facebook.
Yes, awesome. Yes, we are here today to have a wonderful conversation today about opening up to our awareness and our intuition, and especially how we're going to start thriving in these times. It's time to start feeling alive, right? So yes, I'll just start a little quick blurb about myself. My name is Melissa Downard. I'm a spiritual channeler and intuitive healer and founder of True Beings of Light Intuitive Healing in Georgetown and, well, all over the world now, we'll just say. This is fun to say that. I'm going to be sharing part of our gifts tonight. I'm going to be sharing my gift. I'm using my awareness and my intuition, which I also call channeling as well, and how my messages coming through can help people heal at a soul level, and just help us thrive in this world today. So then I'm going to pass it over to Sue and introduce Sue here.
All right, guys, and I'm Sue Sedana, and I just recently met Melissa. I myself am a life coach, and I do basically coaching for people that are going through transitions. And I think it was upon meeting Melissa and then having a couple conversations that we both kind of came into this space where we were just like, you know, we had this burning desire to kind of, I guess in her case, share her gifts with the world. And in my case, maybe serve as many people as possible and kind of really be a reminder to everybody that it's so necessary right now for us to keep feeling alive, especially when we're constantly dealing with uncertainty in our circumstance, that we still have to remember that we've got to stay strong because it takes all of us to create this world that we're living in today. And I just don't want anyone to give up. And I don't think Melissa does either.
That's correct. We're all in this together. We're all together, we're all one. And we just want to just make sure we join forces and we stick together and we share and we shine together that way. It's always together. Yep. 100%. Yes.
All right, you know what? And I guess I'm probably like a lot of the people out here, Melissa. So I know a little bit about what you do, but I think it's really good if you would just kind of share with everyone what it is that your gift is.
My gift is, I like to say, it's opening up to the unimaginable, using my intuition and awareness, which I call channeling now. I started my gift, I would say, I guess, well, I opened up, I'm going to say, is over 12 years ago. I started through meditation. That's how all this began. Meditation, which led to chakra balancing and aura cleansing, and which literally is my groundwork and my framework for me opening up and healing at a soul level, because that's how my journey started, with me opening up, going inside, clearing past issues, past hurts, past traumas. At that time, I was going through a marital breakdown and back pain, and running my butt off as a nurse for over 20 years in a merge back in the day. But I guess so. And hence that through my studies and my learning, many classes and many teachers, I started off with receiving. I would say, I'm more visual with what comes through. At the beginning, it was always visual, very clairvoyant, bringing lots of messages through, in my mind's eye, very, very visual. And I guess to start at the beginning of my healing journey, when that was happening, is that I was bringing through even healing messages from loved ones who passed, and my dad was coming through. I would hear on the radio, "You Gotta Have Faith" by George Michael, and "Trouble" by Taylor Swift. And also was finding dimes everywhere. It's like everywhere I go, there was a dime there and a dime there. And I would also smell cigarette smoke. My dad used to smoke. So it's like, okay, Dad. So literally going through that marital breakdown, and it, for 3 or 4 years of separation, that's how long it can take sometimes. I literally had my team of my dad and my guy. I knew I had them all behind me, just cheering me on, just helping me out. And all that, the music and the dimes, they're all validation that they are here, with us every day. They're always working the magic behind the scenes. So thanks, Dad. Wonderful, 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 wonderful loving and guidance through the years from him. The next step to my next, I guess my really true passion now is, I'm going to say channeling, but bringing through the words from our spirit guides and divine true beings of light. That's hence I'm True Beings of Light. Intuitive Healing is my home business now. But 2015 that's when I started spontaneously bringing through the word of spirit, I'm going to say, because I had friends doing this, and I thought, man, that's cool. Some teachers and some friends would bring through the voice, use their voice to bring through messages. And at that time, I was always writing things down. So when it first came to me, I was writing things down. And then hence I went out and started to learn to bring channeling spirit through my voice. And that's my true passion, because this helps me bring out messages for love, peace, hope, and guidance and strength to everyone, for myself, of course, and to everyone, because hence my guides have brought through so much healing and loving messages, once again, to help me get through my separation and all that stuff that I went through.
I just have a question, Melissa, about the guides and the spirit, because I'm kind of new to all of this information. So when you're getting is it like thoughts that come to you when you're saying like channeling the information? Is it like they would send you a message, or is it like a thought, or you know what I mean? Like how do you kind of get it is what I want to know.
Starting off visual, like clairvoyance is from the get-go, I was just very visual. Next came the feelings throughout your body. And of course, the biggest thing here is, I want to say, is awareness of this all. This is this is what me and Sue are so excited to share, is the being aware of this. And being visual was one huge thing for me. And it was through thoughts and feelings and emotions. And then the words is just words of information would come. But the biggest magic piece here that I would really like to share right now is all about how we get into this, to bring through these lovely messages, and to be aware that what is actually coming through, and what are we going to make of all this stuff. And it all starts actually with heart-brain coherence, which is one of my favorite topics to talk about. One of my favorite other speakers and healers is Greg Braden. When this is how I learned about heart-brain coherence, plus through many years of meditation. It's where it all started. Is just actually, this is what I want to share with everybody, how it's so amazing how we can all bring through these messages.
So is it like, okay, so the bringing in the messages would be your version, is what you'd call channeling.
Yeah.
Right. The reason I was asking you about the thoughts was, because this is part of how we got to this spot where we are today, was that I think you had sent me a message and it was like, we can do a talk on any, and you said any topic for well-being. And I remember sitting and thinking and being like, okay, like, does she want to talk about decision making? Because from the coach perspective, it would be, it's, like I came at all of those things like habit forming, thought control and doing things like that. So, but anyway, so then I decided to, it was like my time for doing my 30-minute meditation. So I decided to do my meditation. And literally, like halfway through my meditation, I just kept getting this thought, which was like, because maybe it's a channeling, I'm not sure, which was like, oh my God, everyone needs to be reminded that it's so necessary for us to feel alive right now. Because I think that we're kind of in this space where we've been like in COVID land for a while. We're forgetting what we're kind of forgetting how to feel alive, because it's, every day is a COVID day. Work is half on, work is half off, or you're working from home. Like our entire structure of our crazy busy lives has now changed to crazy slow. And I think after the summer, I think people are starting to get sluggish. Plus there's this whole, like the second wave may be coming, or it might be in the middle of the second wave. And I just was like, I just had this kept reoccurring thought, oh my God, like people, it's necessary for people to start to keep feeling alive, because we have to like keep going. We have to know it's time to work together. So, and I think I remember getting then I think I texted you the next day and I was like, I have something so exciting to tell you. Like, I think this is really our mission. But then when I actually ended up sitting down and talking to you, you were, I think, having similar thoughts. So, and then I think I might have even said, I was like, oh, maybe I was doing some type of channeling. Like I would never called it channeling, because I'm the coach. I was that's not really a coaching term, I guess. I would have been like, oh, it's from my thoughts, from really kind of being mastering and being able to my thoughts. So we're going into different parts of my brain or something like that. So yeah, it was just so weird that everything kind of came together at the same time. And it kind of made me realize too that like, I think channeling is something that everyone has the ability to do, but doesn't necessarily have doesn't necessarily do it. It's probably a skill that you have to practice.
It's something definitely that once when you want to have that awareness of what's going on, I guess it's definitely a practice, and it's definitely worthwhile. Because some people, they don't stick with it, but I can encourage everybody to stick with it, and to start from the basics of that, like going back to the heart-brain coherence is like, we were talking about the other day of like how you found the state of being you're in. And it's like, for me, it started off with heart opening awareness, where you just almost touch your heart and you're connecting your heart and your brain together. And you're just going in with this beautiful feeling of love and compassion. And then this is going to open up your heart space. And this is the space, everybody, that you need to feel. And it's not like you have to take a lot of time to do it. It's like, sitting down, holding your heart, connecting your heart and brain, and thinking of someone you love, your pets, your animals, something you just love. And boof, we are in this space where, guess what? This stuff is going to come through. And this is the space where you can sit and you feel like, oh my goodness. And it's like, I'm going to steal one of your terms as well with this conversation, is that you feel like you're like, to me, you all want to be, you just put it with, I love the words you put, we are one with the world. And as you allow yourself to be in that space and become aware that you're in this space and that messages can come through, is a time when you, I'm going to say, receive the messages as well. But I just love, you had a lovely story of your adventure of starting out through your 30-day meditation, which I have to start talking about. I just love your story. Because you began that, and then each day you stated that you were able to just feel with more calm and ease. And you started off with 1 or 2 minutes a day, I think, right?
Yeah, well, because I was coming from like, the perspective of never really doing it before, right? So, and it was just like, I didn't want to just, I thought the 30, like sitting down for 30 minutes, it's going to be too hard. And because I really wanted to do it properly, because I guess I'm really at this stage in my life where I really want to kind of put 100% effort into everything I'm doing. So I figured out the best way to really do it was to start like 3 minutes. And then, maybe every couple days, 2-3 days, maybe change it to 5 minutes and slowly go longer. And I think what I found too, by doing it that way, it was so much easier to increase the time. Like it got to the point that I was almost looking forward to just having that time, because it was like for the first time in my life, I think I was really, I think everything was kind of, I would get to that place where I was literally just being with the world, like just being here. And it wasn't about anything around me. And it's just such a nice, and almost like almost you can't explain, like a peaceful feeling. And
Yes.
I think that's where, like, when you're at that spot, like, it's almost like, I think that's where the other day when I did it, the message dropped in.
Yeah.
Or like, it just like literally my brain was on fire, and it was like, I had almost wanted to stop meditating because I had like, there were all these things, and I'm trying to say to my brain, if it's a good idea, it's going to be there when I'm done, right?
Yes.
Just give me a few more minutes. But, it was just weird because it was so strong, and I think because it was so strong, and then I didn't tell you about it. It might have been for a day or two, but just when I told you, and it was like everything just came connected. It was just kind of so, it was so amazing that I thought of that. You were kind of already, like, I didn't have to convince you to get on board with the idea, which is so weird, right? Because normally you'd have to be like, oh, come on, what do you think about this? Because we were talking about different topics, but it was just kind of the way the whole thing gelled together.
Yeah, synchronicity. That's the trueness of my other portions of life, is just attracting what we really want in our life, and it's being in that space. And I love another term that you coined as well, was that you are being in your most truest, authentic space, beautiful space within yourself when you're going into your meditation and like heart brain coherence. And I just love how you coined that term as well. Like you're in the most beautiful, true self.
Yeah.
Space,
well,
right?
and I think if you're doing your actions and your decisions and your thoughts that are coming from that space are really a different caliber of thought.
Yes.
I think like it's almost like a thought that to create from here to become a reality, it's so much easier.
That's a sweet spot.
Yeah, like that's, and I think like those are the ideas and the thoughts that really kind of you can share. They kind of get out there in the world. They don't like fight you back.
Yeah.
The world doesn't fight you on those thoughts. It almost welcomes those because you're kind of adding to the world, I guess, is maybe what I would like to say.
Exactly. Yes. And that's when you're putting in the thoughts and feelings of love and compassion, where you're in that spot. I would say to manifest as well. So you're literally being in that spot, and when you're feeling that love and compassion, that's what you're being drawn towards you. And when you're open, and when we find being in the space will bring forth more positive results in our life. Where if we stay in that negative fear-based, oh no, fear and doubt, then that's what we're going to attract. So go back into the know and trust feeling, and then we know we're going to bring that in. As well as another lovely story I love that you shared as well, is what your son told you after you had done your 30-day meditation.
Well, yeah, because I think people don't realize
you're shining, mother, you're glowing, right?
Yeah, it affects, like, it's like your physicality, your mentality, like you never think about it like that because you're just, sitting and breathing. But it's not, I just think it's the energy, and I want to say almost a light, like, or something, like you're kind of glowing from the inside out. And I think it's really nice because, like, I think the world takes you differently. They're more, it's easier to have a conversation with someone. It's easy, even easier to have like a conversation where you both don't agree, because, and it doesn't have to turn into a fight. Because it's one of those, like, where everyone's kind of entitled to their own opinion. You're just sharing your piece, and It's okay. I want to really ask you though about, so the channeling, so you can do people get, but like, so you just got really good at it. And then, so like, do you like when you meet someone, sometimes do messages come to you? Like, how does that work? Because for me, from the coaching side, that's really exciting and interesting, because normally I'm always telling people, like, they got to look inside and find the answers themselves, right?
And you're in essence saying, everybody, let's go in and channel your inner goodness here.
Yeah.
From I guess, for me, it started off the intention to just when I was learning, I know in essence, when I started meditating, I didn't quite know what I was in for. It was like, oh, I'm going for stress reduction and relaxation, but then it turned into so much more than that. so the healing, just the learning about to me, once again, going back to the energy body, our energy centers, our chakras, so much healing going on. Step one, to open up our own awareness to our intuition. Once we're open, and some people are born with this open, and
Yeah.
and I like shows everybody can do this. We all have all the same innards in our brain and our heart, in our, we all have this ability to receive divine guidance messages. But yeah, visualization, I was very visual from the get-go. And then, I mean, it was after weekly meditation for many, well, I still do it every week. We never stop learning and growing and opening, where it started with the visuals, the feelings. And then it was meeting other people in your spiritual circles, widening and widening. And it's like, oh, they're channeling, they're bringing forth the word. It's like, well, that's really cool. I love to do that. And I remember thinking that's cool. But it was literally 2015. I was just sending out energy, healing energy out east, and boom, these words started coming to me, because I always write down and meditate, right? I just take my journal, or, take my journal with me, whatever I'm doing. And so I can, go back and reflect on that. And the words came to me: clear the smoke from your eyes and open your heart. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's what channeling's about. Then it's like, then I actually sought out other teachers at that time who did share the channeling with their voice. So then literally just practice week after week, expanding and opening more and more messages coming through. And it's exciting because it's never ending. I'm still doing classes now. And I showed out to Mr. Daniel Scranton, because he is someone, when you're searching, I believe when you're out there, when your student is ready, the teacher will appear. I'm ready to step up my, my healing even more. And I started that this summer, more online classes, channeling and different higher energies and beautiful divine beings of light. And it's just, and this is in essence, even the messages I'm getting, I know they're so healing for me and for humanity. Once again, I just feel so much of this passion and desire, like I have to share this. This can help humanity. This can help you, Sue. This can help my friend. This can help my sister.
Well, and you know what? There's some kind of an energy that you give off, that I think you make it safe to get the information, because I'm going to be honest. So I've met a lot of different people, but like I've never had conversations with like, you know what I mean? But even though these conversations, people might be like, oh, it's woohoo or whatever, but it's like, it seems so comfortable and not woohoo, you know what I mean? And maybe it's the safety of being able, like, because I think for a lot of people also, admitting that they could channel or using that term, I think honestly, it's a little bit scary.
Yes, it's not something crazy. It's like everybody's.
No, but even like, but you know what I mean? Because it's not, everyone doesn't talk about it. Like, I think there's a comfort level in going to see someone that channels and shares information from you. I think like there's a certain group of people that would really like, I guess that would have been where I would have started as well. Is like, I don't know if I would have, like if I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm just saying like, there's a comfort level before I think you get really good at it. It's almost like, having someone read to you, or like, I guess, channel the information for you, so you can start getting comfortable with having those conversations, right? Yeah. I think that's really what it is. Like, people just get nervous because it's not spoken about, even though it's probably been around for like a gazillion years. But for some reason, over the last little, now I think the conversations are opening up a lot more. But there was a time when it was kind of hush hush, and that's not something you talk about.
I know. Yeah. Now there's an energy all around us in our world that more and more channels, and I'm going to say light workers, are coming out. We're speaking, we're receiving these guiding messages to help everyone. And even for it's funny for me, I go back but just, I guess, my desire to help people. I've been in nursing. It's like for over 20 years. So in essence, I was probably, I guess with conversations, this kind of probably, channeling the always like a little extra healing energy, Reiki here, and just, messages that help put people at ease, and to let I guess, you're feeling this way, I understand. How can I help you? How can I serve you with this? And I guess I've had lots of practice with nursing, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and I guess the more you practice, the better you get, right?
Yeah. Yes. And I would, this is something that it's not just something you just, I'm going to do this. And then no, well, you can, but it's something that you can take and embrace into your life. And it's like, something you practice. You can do it every day, a couple of times a week. And then it starts off once again, going back to the selves, healing the true self, healing your own self and your heart, which essence opens up you even more. It's one thing in our life. We're always healing, we're always growing, and very grateful that I'm so grateful now that I have these other energies around me in my life, because it helps with so much guidance and peace and hope on
you
these
just said it right there. Like the key is, so I think you healed, and that makes it like, now this is kind of your gift, because you kind of been, you've been through it, you understand it, you're coming out the other side also with this wealth of knowledge that you have. And I think it probably makes it a lot easier for, like, I just think now sharing it is the only thing you can do.
Yes. It's time. Get out there and and that's actually what our guides want us to do. Literally in every message I can say, they're share your light with the world, share your light with the world. It's like, okay, I'm doing it now. I'm listening. So that's, it's bit by bit. It's been getting more and more at that. Last year, actually, I did start with, sharing my channels with the Beautiful Life magazine as well, because they were looking for co-columnists as well. And it's like, what a great way to share these messages. So I began doing that. And this is when I actually found out I do like standing on public speaking, because they started LifeCon, and that was traveling around. And, first I was going to be like a vendor, and they're like, oh, well, we need speakers, Melissa. I would like to speak. It's like, I could share a channel message on stage. So I was nervous as heck. Prepared myself, kind of went in. I actually even made cue cards, but by the time I got there and on stage, I was starting to read my cue cards. I just put them down, because once I put them down, boom, I was there once again channeling what I needed to say. So I welcomed the group, I welcomed the crowd, and I explained to them what we're doing today, which was going into heart, brain, and coherence. To open up, and I brought through a channel message for the group, and I just now realized I love that, and that was the start of like, okay, what can I do with this? But then, so actually, Beautiful Life magazine had planned more life cons, but then COVID came and that got canceled. So now it's like, let's take it online now. Everything's online.
Yeah. But you know what? I think that's it. Cause so I think like it just happens. Like it happens the way it's supposed to happen.
Yep. Trust. No one trusts. No one trusts.
It's the trust in it.
Yes. No more fear and doubt. Only trust, and no one trusts. Yes. That's huge lesson, because in life, living on this world, we all can get sucked back into the fear and doubt. A few weeks ago, I was starting to feel a little bit shaky there with a little bit of fear and doubt, with personal issues going on and stuff. And then it's like, after a couple of days, a week of this, like, nope, get back into the no one trust, Melissa. And then guess what? I'm feeling lighter. I'm feeling great again. And just so every day we have issues in our life that we can choose to sit and stew in, or just, let's figure, like, this is going to work out okay. And boom, it's working out pretty darn good.
Yeah. And even I find
the cricket last night, all the positivity with the cricket. Remember the cricket?
Yeah. You just have to keep focusing on what you've got to get done, because I think what happens is then you stop looking for validation. Right? Like, I think in the beginning, as you're becoming, like, as you're the student and you're learning to become the teacher, you're getting all these, like, the evidence and the things. And then it's like, and then after, it just like, it becomes who you are.
Yes.
But like, maybe you should share the story of the cricket so everyone else on Facebook can know that we're right too doing this.
Story 1 and 2, or just story 1? Because I'm still.
I guess we'll start with story 1. We'll save story 2 for another day.
Yeah, exactly. No, because I don't know if they're ready for. No. Last night, or whenever we were chatting last, we were doing our little thing on Zoom, and we're down in my basement. And lo and behold, I looked down. I said, "Oh, Sue, guess what? There's a black cricket on my floor. Don't know why it's there. How the hell it got there? But it's right there." So I said, "Hang on. I'm not going to hurt it, because I can't hurt it." So I had a little cup. I had some lentil chips earlier. So I put the bowl over this cricket. I said, "Oh, we'll deal with this when we're done." And so then I went and looked up cricket right away, and it was beautiful, about positivity, positive outcomes coming. Keep putting out your desires, your passions. It's all coming to you. It's like, it was just like, oh my God, Sue. Like, once
Kind of like
Then
we're on the right track. It was like the
validation.
cricket was there to let us know we were on the right track.
Exactly. And that's there's those things that will always happen to me, always and it's so I'm not as shocked as I used to be. Like before it's like, holy shit, what's going on? But no, that was like, no, there we go. And then, well, should I share the second part or no?
Might as well go for it, girl.
After our call, I had a laminated paper put underneath the bowl with the cricket in it, and it was flimsy. Put a book underneath it. I go upstairs and I put everything just down on the counter while I open the back door up, and then I go outside and I put it on the table, my patio table. And I thought, oh, I don't want to open it up here. I don't want it flying in my face because I don't like any things flying around me or touching me. So I said, let's go put this on the ground. And then I went to lift up the bowl to release the cricket. I knew it was there because I saw the leg popping up through the crack when I was taking it upstairs. So it was there. I get outside, I open up the lid. It's gone. There's no friggin' cricket. And as soon as I just thought that, okay, it was there, and now it's not. Okay, did it manifest just to prove our little point here about our manifesting what we were putting our desires and intentions on, and hence it served its purpose because it wasn't there. I'm looking around and I don't see it. And I always would know about bugs and things flying around, but it was gone. So hence we'll leave it up there for the world.
Well, and you know what? I think because message was received.
Yes, exactly. I love that point. Yes, message was received.
Yeah. So I think if message is received, but then you can toss the paper out. You don't need to save it. You got it in here and in here.
Yep. It made it. So hence we're moving forward with all our great plans and passions. Sue and I are like, okay, we've got validation. We're moving forward. Here we go. We're going with this, right? Because it's like right there in our faces.
Well, no, and you know what? It's just it also adds some excitement to our lives, I think, is what it really does. Like not excitement, but just kind of some kind of creativity. It kind of is a chance to really get your brain kind of moving in a different direction. Because like even from the coaching perspective, it's like you got to take a break what's kind of going on in the real world. Right? Because then you just start spinning and everything gets even crazier and crazier and you haven't even left your house yet. But I think if you give your brain kind of these other little things to, whatever to enjoy, I like to even say, it's kind of like why I meditate. It's like during that time, I really enjoy. My brain is kind of happy, because I'm not perfect at it. I'm not never having a thought. Sometimes I'll pretend to, try to think of a color and see if that helps or, to clear my thoughts. But it's just like, because it's almost like candy for your brain. It needs something like that. It can't just always be like everything is so serious, bear down, like this is the end. Because I think that's what really stops people from like getting excited about their life, kind of stops them from moving on. And then any little thing can happen, like maybe you lose your job or you have to change your title or you're having COVID. And then at the end of COVID, you realize you don't want to be married to the same person. You don't want to go through the second pandemic the same way you went through the first one. It's just like, otherwise all that stuff just bears down on you. And then you kind of, I think people start to give up.
Yeah.
And they start living by default. And it's just like, you don't have to live like that.
Yes. And that's what I love. Like where you came out with the passion is like, this is the time, everybody, we got to wake up. We got to start waking up. And because of COVID, not going back to bed to sleep, because that's what a lot of people are doing now. We're in the midst of all this. It's like, no, that is time to wake up. Let's learn to feel alive again. And that's boom. We're like,
well, because it's in that feeling of our aliveness is that we know what to do next or like how to play COVID. Like, okay, so it's going to maybe be part of pandemics are going to be part of our, the vein of our history right now. But it's like, there's going to be a way for us to get through it. We're humans, right? We're born on this earth, like we created this earth. So it's like, we have the ability to get through all of these things. And I think like, I really don't want people to forget that. It's like, come on, guys, let's wake up. Let's get together. Let's like, knock COVID on its butt, so to speak, and show it like, you know what, even though you've thrown this pandemic at us and it's kind of trashed the way we existed, and we can come up with some really amazing new ways to do it.
And fun thing. Yes.
And fun.
And coming fun at it. And coming up from my perspective as well, is that when COVID came, it was like, oh my goodness, more time spent with my daughter. What a blessing this is.
that we're not doing anymore.
We need to take these situations and say, listen, look, what is the great things that it's bringing into our life? And once you kind of see these and appreciate these and feel that in your heart, and then more, you're going to bring more of this goodness into your life. And that's what can bring forth all the great things and more lives. Go, going to sleep.
I'm missing you.
Right? What's up?
No, you're just breaking
if it disconnects,
it's okay. I think I got you back, but I'm hoping that I got on there, guys, because basically I know what she's saying because I've had several conversations with Melissa, and I can't believe how in sync we are, even though we're coming kind of from, two different backgrounds, but still similar, know? And so anything, like, I'm just really excited about learning all of these different things that you do, which is kind of, I think, why Melissa wanted to really start this platform.
And I can't believe one other thing that has brought you into my life as well. You're going for surgery next Wednesday, aren't you?
Oh, yes. I'm doing my hip surgery.
And blows my mind. Well, not really, because of what I do. Versus brought me. I went through back surgery a few years ago, and I know exactly how we're going to need. And it's like, I just want to, I'll be sending you healing all week, Sue, because it's like, you brought me another lovely lady who's going through something I went through years. So yeah, so I'm here. We're going to get you through this surgery. You know what? We'll start working on your base chakra down there, your lower, that your grounding and just security and everything. So we're going to start that with you. Sound good?
Yeah, it sounds great. And I'm just really happy because Melissa is doing a great job at explaining all of this stuff to me. Because, I'm one of those, like, I go to yoga class, I do some meditation. And I know the words, I know the buzzwords if I was sitting in a conversation with a whole bunch of yoga teachers, but I really don't know what they I don't really know the essence. Like, I know that there's the chakras and they all have the different positions and things like that. But I'm just saying, I think it's time, it was kind of like the knowledge of the meditation, right? It's like, now I really want to learn about the knowledge of learning about whatever. If someone is sending healing to me, so I am accepting of the healing.
So yeah, we're going to start that.
Yeah. And so I think you should maybe share with everybody a little bit too about the other thing which I think is a really amazing thing that you're going to do for people, which is when we do this maybe again on your next show.
Yes.
Please share that with them, because I think it's a tremendous gift. And I think it's good for people to kind of get an eye opener into this whole world and learn about how you can increase your awareness. Yes. Knowledge is power, guys.
Yeah. Yes. And actually we'll just start that off a little bit now, is that Sue and I, we've just come together, boom, and want to share our passions out to the world now. So I'm going to start coming on Facebook Live starting Wednesday, October 7th. I'm going to start coming on and start some teaching. We'll go ABCs of chakra balancing, ABCs of, aura balancing. Just sitting with opening up, we'll just debate. We're going to start off and we're just going to start seeing what will come through. And I'd love to share some mini readings with people, just to start bringing through some guidance. And if you guys have any questions and you're looking for guidance, and then this will be a great way. Every Wednesday, 8:00, let's all join together on Facebook Live so we can just share opening up, share some healing, ABCs of chakras. So we'll get everybody.
Yes, guys, you know what? I'm just telling you, if you're watching this video on the replay or anything, it's like, I think even if you don't know anything about it, it's worth it's nice to just learn a little bit and get some information. And I think that's a super amazing thing that you're doing by just kind of going to be wanting to hop on here and just do some readings for people, or if they have a question, because I myself am going to get a really good view of really learning about this topic.
Yes. Yep. You're going to get front row seat there.
Yeah, I've got my front row seat, guys.
To get just the ABCs. Let's start off with, our base chakra, or what color is it, and things like that. Just and all the how we can build up our divine spiritual strength and energies throughout everyday life. So that's great. Yeah, I'm very excited to
Yeah, and
start
I'm
that October.
excited just to kind of watch you in action.
Actually, would you actually like to have a little mini reading now?
Yeah, you know what? I think that's a great idea. Let's try it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
And I always joke with you when I say what's going to come through, most likely um, divine true beings of light. We're going to get messages from them. So, but don't know, but usually. So,
Okay, but please dumb it down for me because my lingo, like I really want to understand what you're saying.
if
When
okay, if true beings of light come through, then it's going to be their language. I just speak.
Okay, but then will you help me translate it to
Yes.
my language?
And I'll try. I'll do my best. Yes.
Okay.
Hence, I usually do type these out. Like once I do some type though, but we'll see. Well,
You know
and
what? I
obviously
just had a deja vu, Melissa. I
you did.
literally
Oh
had a
my
deja vu
God,
that we were
that's
already
awesome.
here
I
and you were
love it.
telling me about typing out my reading.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. It's getting a
I
little
love it.
crazy on Sunday night on Facebook. It might get a
Yeah,
little
I find those synchronicities and deja vu feelings are coming up also more frequently in my life. It's like, oh my God, it's like this is meant to be. I've done this
Well,
for
yeah,
whatever.
maybe this is part of the big plan, right?
It is 100%, 100%. Yeah, it's believing and having that faith and moving forward now. So we have to stay moving on, right? So here we go. I'm gonna go quiet and let's just see.
All right, let's see if it
These
comes out
messages
for
are going to be for everyone out there. Not, that's what I think. Our guides come through and they've got messages for all: healing, hope, guidance, and peace. So everybody have a listen. Let's see what comes through. Okay. Yep, and here they come because it's always the same opening. It's in the times and the trials we are here. We see you sitting and joining together in this circle of like-minded friends on this live. We see you taking that next step and delivering out the kindness and true needed messages that is needed on your world today. We sit with you in wonder and delight. We see you, the flickers of light just flickering around your eyes, the excitement. It's like learning to catch a ball when you're a kid playing ball. The excitement, the thrill is there. This is what we would all like to help build up in each and every one of you. For this excitement is what is needed for humanity today. And once again, we bring forth the messages. Please share your light with the world. Please take the time and know that these words will be heard and listened to by the ones who need it most. Please take the time and journal your feelings today, for this is the representation of how we all can feel. And to journal this will allow you to look back in knowledge and true divine guidance and know that you are all on the right path today. Whether it be with your friends and your families and your loved ones. We sit with you all to help guide you to make the best choices with kindness and grace to help you move forward in the best way possible for your highest and greatest good throughout this time during this COVID pandemic. where we all must help each other all rise up and rise above, holding each other's hands and hearts to bring forth kindness, strength, and courage, and the best future possible each and every day while we are living our lives and sharing our truths with the world. This is what truly matters most. Please sit in kindness and grace and know your messages will be received with love and passion to help you move forward on your journey. And with that, we say good night. Amen.
Amen.
There we go. Beautiful. Just once again, it's beautiful messages
Yeah.
of
You
guidance.
always remember everything, or you just remember it for a little while and then you forget it?
The feeling I always remember, like I still have that cool, nice, lovely, like high vibrational feeling of love. That was coming in strong. And sometimes when we're channeling, we bring through love and emotion where we do get teary eyed a bit. And I was getting close to that a little bit at one point, but we're good. Sometimes I do get visuals. Like today was just more of, when the words just come, it's like I just receive them and I speak them. And then some little pictures of just beautiful, like the love of family and friends together. Like sometimes they're pictures that flash in my mind as I'm speaking, as the words come as well. But it's a lot very feeling based as well. Like I'm feeling a lot of this emotion that is coming through.
And I'm going to be honest. So like I heard it, and obviously it resonates with kind of everything we are doing right now.
Yeah.
But you know what? But it didn't give me like, so because I have this whole thing, like it made me feel strong and comfortable. It didn't give me like, oh, I'm excited, this is it, I just won the lottery kind of thing. No. It gave me that feel, because that feeling I don't believe lasts, right?
I was going to say the same thing.
Like, hard on at the start, and then by 10, 5 minutes later, you're done.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you were telling me that stuff, like when you were saying those things, it's just like, it wasn't that crazy excitement. It was like very strong, very solid, kind of like confident. I don't know how to explain it. It was like, just like a different, but it's different, strong and confident message, which I mean, I think obviously if I was getting a message from anything, that would be the way I would take it seriously, right? Because
exactly,
because otherwise I wouldn't necessarily. And I'm just letting everyone else know, like before this, I met Melissa, I was a total skeptic. I didn't really understand. Well, not like a skeptic, but basically I didn't know.
Understand. You didn't have the understanding. Yes.
I didn't have the understanding. I never even thought about it. I didn't actually even know that this really existed. Well, it just wasn't in my frame of, like, certain things I knew, like yoga, chakras, meditation, but I didn't know about the true beings of light. Like, I mean, I've heard things about like angels or things like that, but not enough that I could hold a conversation.
Yes.
So
and now you're channeling with all your ideas, how we literally got together. You just, it's all coming in. Yep.
Excuse me. And it's comfortable coming in. It doesn't make, and it's comfortable coming in, which is really what I want everyone to know out there. It's just like, it doesn't make me feel weird or uncomfortable. And because I'm saying, like, I came from the part where I was a skeptic, I didn't really know, if someone was saying this, I might be like, yeah, whatever,
Exactly. And coming, it's funny, like with people, they meet me first, like I can get very like excited and more vibrant, but when I go into my channelings, it's calm, it's relaxing, it's peaceful. And so it's nice for people to see that, because if you see me how I normally am, like I'm lots of talking, lots of hand movement, and it's like, no, this is how we do the work. It's like, this is serious stuff. This is serious business. It is.
Well, no, but you know what? And yeah, I like that. I like that it comes off like that, because then it's like, it is serious. It is. And it's something for your brain to really grab onto and understand and think. And you're like, that's what I'm saying, like, but brain, heart, coherence, like, I think it's one of those messages that like it starts in here, but it travels through you, you
Yeah.
know?
And hence, as you open up, then your heart even opens up even more to, I think, to receive this. And
Well, and I think if you're receiving this information, because I also, my brain is like, I'm trying to, I try to not like force it, but really focus on my game, what I'm trying to do, stay focused on what I'm trying to do. But I think this is actually also going to increase the level and the strength to which I can maintain that focus.
yes, 100%. Yeah.
So I am this is amazing for me, Melissa. I'm so glad that I went to the spa opening at Allegro Spa in Milton and met
Yes.
you. Like,
Shout out to Melanie there. Yes. It's funny. I even won a prize. Well, I won the cute little brush and lice shampoo and conditioner set. It was really great. And even my friend Tamaya went, she won a prize. So it's like,
yeah,
and then,
see, shout out to Melanie at Allegro Spa. You're just bringing people together. We're going to have to send her a copy of this.
yes, that's right.
Okay, so why don't you just let everyone know? We should probably get off soon, but kind of let everyone know how you want to do this, or
Yeah.
manage.
Yeah, like you said, we're excited now. We are moving forth. We're going to share our heart opening awareness for everyone. We're going to, like I said, we're going to do chakra ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. We're going to just start sharing, starting October 7th. We're going to come online at what, 8 o'clock on Wednesday nights. And we're going to just start sharing and knowledge, just some fun things and tidbits to go along with it. And then share some messages, come online if you have some questions and there's something you want to know, or just you want to know what they want you to know. I would say that, like, what your guides want you to know, type thing. That's we're going to do this.
And guys, I'm here to ask all those questions that you guys are probably thinking about asking.
Yes.
Because, for me, I was even telling Melissa, I'm really excited to be on this end where I'm kind of just learning about all of this. So, and I told her I'm like, I'm going to ask crazy questions, because for the first time in my life, I guess I'm at that age now that if I'm learning something, I really want to make an effort to learn it, because you never know what's going to be a tool in your toolbox to create the best life that you want to live. Yes.
And once again, full circle, this is the time, what we're going through all across the world with humanity. This is the time to wake up, right? And this is the time to start feeling alive again and bringing love and joy and purpose back into our lives.
Yeah, I think that's our tagline, everyone. It's really necessary for us to start feeling alive right now.
Yeah.
And let's kind of really show the world what we can do when we come together.
Yes.
I think that's really going to speak volumes, is like how we learn, we educate ourselves, and then we're going to come and we're going to meet this pandemic head on, and everyone's going to come out of it doing the best that they can.
Yeah. We're going to all rise up together.
Yeah. And so guys, so remember October 7th, please hop on, because I really like watching and learning about the readings. And if she can give you a reading, and then you could maybe say, just so we can kind of, I guess in my own case, for coaching, gathering evidence to, because I want to learn and make sure that this is a genuine thing. And because, I just think everyone needs to try this at least once in their lives.
Once again, everybody can do this, right? We're all doing this, right?
Yeah.
Hence our wonderful conversation that started this all off is guess what, Sue? You're channeling, you're bringing all that through. So that was wonderful. I just love it.
And Melissa's going to help us make it not scary.
Yeah, that's right. It's not scary. Once, we have our heart, we get love and compassion all around us out, and just know that we are divinely guided every day. We've got our loved ones all behind us, working the magic behind the scenes, all their spirit guides and angels and true beings of light and all divine beings. They're all, it's wonderful to think of how much support we actually hear that we don't know we have, that we actually have all this support.
Yeah. And maybe if we all know that, we're going to want to not be sleeping right now, and we're going to want to wake up and take the steps.
That's right. Instead of fear and doubt, it's going to be know and trust. There we go.
I like that. Know and trust. I like that.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Sue. What a great conversation we had. Let me thank you for doing the channeling on you. That was fun. And guys,
I totally enjoyed that. And you know what? I'm going to be honest, even because of how we started the conversation, it's all of that all of that, and I can still remember it. So it's like, I just want to go and honestly just think about it for a little while, because, maybe this means that this is the track we're supposed to be on.
Well, 100%, Mr. Cricket, he
Yeah,
told us,
he helped along the way. I'm gonna get
that's
some
true.
fish
It's
and
like
crickets on them, maybe.
paying
Like,
attention to what we're witnessing every day. The animals we see, the deers, the rabbits, the chippies, they're all, the flies, the bees, the wasps, they're all feathers, dimes. They're,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
yes. All right. Well, thank you again. So we'll see you guys back here next Wednesday. Oh, no, so Wednesday, October 7th at 8 a.m. to do our Facebook
No,
Lives in
8
ABC.
p.m., not 8 a.m., not at 8 a.m.,
Or
8
8
p.m.
p.m. Oh God, no, I won't even be
Yeah,
able.
8
No, I won't be up at 8
a.m.
a.m.
I was
Or
like,
8
no,
p.m.
no.
Sorry, I will verify that 8 p.m. please. And jump on, and we're gonna just start ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and just jump on if you have some questions, and we'll see what Spirit wants you to know. I love
Okay, guys. Nice to see you. Bye-bye. Bye,
you. Bye
Melissa.
bye. So I'm gonna end. Bye bye. Hang on. And meeting for. Oh, hang on. You still there, Sue?